Well, welcome back to the Handyman's Haven. If you saw my video that I did on the installation of my HaloWare backup camera, my two wired cameras that I did in the canopy of my truck, I showed you a final walk around and how everything was tickety-boo and set up. Well, it doesn't always go as well as you think. I had put my monitor in the front of the truck up above my head, just below the sun visor, using the adhesive base that they supplied with the monitor. Here's my viewing angle. I'm looking at the Quonset hut we have here, but here's my camera right above. Sorry, my monitor right above. And also I mounted my camera, my backup camera, on the glass of my canopy. You'll recall initially I had the camera mounted right here, but it stuck down, and every time I went in and out, I kept banging my back on it, and I thought, I don't like that at all. So I moved it up to the glass. It's on the actual glass now. Hard to see this. I had it initially mounted on the frame of the canopy, but it hung down a little bit below the edge of the canopy, so when I got in and out I would bang my back on it, and I was afraid of damaging it. So I put it on the glass of the canopy. Now what that did is when the glass went up, the camera literally disappeared. It went with the glass, so the canopy box was wide open. Well, unfortunately, living in the Okanagan or any hot climate that you may live in, these adhesives, they just don't work. I come out the next day after we had a 30-degree day, 30 degrees Celsius, which is roughly in the low 80s in Fahrenheit, and the heat had baked both the monitor and the camera right off of their mounts. They're both hanging by their wires, dangling there. Not a good setup. After me going through all the process of installing them and mounting them the way I wanted, it just didn't work, because both the monitor and the camera, they're pretty skookum units. They have some weight to them, so they have to be mechanically fastened. So today we're going back and we're going to fix what happened. And I feel bad about it. You want your projects to work out well the first time, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. Nothing was damaged, so it's just a matter of remounting them. So I'll show you right now what I'm up to, and hopefully it'll cure this problem. Okay, just to quickly recap and remind you what I had done before. Initially, I had the camera mounted here. I didn't like it, so I moved it up to the glass. It subsequently fell off the glass because of the adhesive, so it's back mounted nice and solid again. I'm just going to have to be real careful here. The little camera I have here is for my ThinkWare recording system, and even it's tough to see in with a backlight like that, but even this one here, I put new adhesive on it, and you know, it's so gummy. I'm having an awful time just trying to keep the thing straight so it doesn't take me a bit of a sideways look. Anyway, we got that repaired, changed over, and I'll show you what happened in the cab here. So in the cab, I had the monitor mounted up here on its base, and it's basically just fallen off. It's a cooler day today, so it's not so bad, but that you can just peel off of there, and the weight of the monitor just pulled it right off, and it was dangling here on its wire. So what I've done here is I've removed, this is my little ThinkWare camera, I've removed my mirror, and we're going to mount it right here where it should have been in the first place. But I didn't want to have to disturb my interior, or sorry, my rearview mirror. But the rearview mirror didn't work anyway. You couldn't see anything out the back. It's just like looking down a piece of a tube out through the canopy. So it was useless anyway. So the monitor now will become my new backup camera. So that's the project. We've removed the A-pillar cover here with all our wiring in it. Here's our plug-in for the monitor. I just have to go down underneath, get myself a little bit more wire from where we have it all tucked in underneath, bring it up to the top, and wire it in across the top. So that's what we're going to do. What I've done here is I've removed my rear view mirror. It just goes onto a bracket with a little set screw, and I've taken the bracket that came with the monitor. It has the fitting to fasten to the back of the monitor, and I've reshaped the monitor bracket and put some bolts right through in here. And I'm just not too sure if I might put maybe another couple in just for strength and stability. But what I did is I removed, this is an electronic mirror, has the self-dimming. I mean, this is nuts. Look at the size of the circuit in here for the self-dimming and what other crap it has in here. I don't know what it does. But anyway, that was really fun getting that bezel off of there. It's on with tiny little clips, and what I had to do is I used a combination of trowels, putty knives to get in there and try and pry these little clips free without breaking them. And fortunately enough, I did get them all apart without any breakage. So this is going to mount back onto the truck just like the regular mirror. This will position itself in front of it and take the place of the whole mirror configuration. So we'll get on with it and see if we can't figure out if we're going to reinforce this just a little more with a couple more screws, and then we'll get it all put back together again. Okay, we've got our little screws here. They're shortened up. I have these special pliers. They're great for gripping screws if you have to trim them off, like so. They're shortened up. Won't interfere with any of the guts of the mirror. Snug those by hand. I don't want as much tension as I get without stripping, and that's good. So I'm really happy with that now. That the mirror is pretty solid. The only wobble I have is in this part, and I have to snug all that up yet. Okay, the next step is to reinstall our mirror. There you go. It's somewhat in place. Oh, there we are. She's snapping in now. There. This will swing up in front like this, and there is a little bit of adjustment here, so I'm going to try and true it up a little bit. Let's see how it's a little crooked there. I've got all my attachments nice and tight here. Now the beauty of this is, once the mirror is put back on, I can simply flex and move this around with the way the mirror would actually move. I don't have to adjust these anymore, so that's going to make it really easy. So let's go and install it and see how it looks. We have this electronic connection that has to go in the back of the mirror. Even though the mirror is not going to work anymore, I don't know what other things could be affected. And that just snaps in like so, and the mirror slides nicely onto its mount, and it snugs up with the Torx screw here. So let's hope that stays on there and it's not doesn't vibrate too much. It looks pretty good. Now we have to run our wire up in through the header here and hook it all up. Now the next step is to run my wire over here to the A-pillar, try and tuck it up as best I can. Okay, we've got her all cleaned up above our head here, and we have our monitor installed in front of our mirror. Give it a try here. There it is. We've got far better vision than the original mirror ever gave us, and we've got access to our side camera looking out the side and towards the back. Fantastic. I'm really happy with that. Now it's actually in a location that you're trained and always looking at anyway for rear view vision, is where the mirror is. I don't have to look elsewhere. So I think that's going to work beautifully, and we'll give it a try and make sure that she's still working. But yeah, it was a little bit of trial and error trying to figure out where to put this monitor. There are drawbacks to a large monitor. There's only certain places you can put it, and in my case it was either the mirror or above my head here, and that one literally fell off the windshield. So that wraps up this install. If there's any other changes, well, we'll come back and let you know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more videos on from the Handyman's Haven on it could be anything. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Thanks for watching.